everyone. I hope you're doing amazing today. So I am here by myself today in my office, and I wanted to do a quick recap and let you know how everything's going with the book and all of that. So we are finishing up with some of the final illustrations, and I'm excited because on June 30th, I've been invited to be a part of the Kid Con for WTF, which is the Women's Theater Festival in Raleigh. So I'm definitely excited about that. I am just crossing my fingers that all of these illustrations finish up in the next few weeks so that way we can print. If not, we do have a backup plan, so that's fine. It's not a big deal. I also have a second part to it. So I'll be reading to the children, which will be first part of it. And then the second part of it will be doing an activity with them. So I've been brainstorming different activities to do with the kids. And I think one of them has to be something that's artistic. So I still haven't pinpointed exactly what it will be, but I've got about 3 different things that I'm thinking about. So once I have something specific, I'll share it with you. But I also wanted to let you know this weekend I am having all of my nieces over. Well, not all of them, but most of them. I'll have 5 of them over. So that's like a 1-to-5 ratio. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough, but I'm so excited because those girls are absolutely amazing. And they remind me of why it is that I'm doing what I'm doing. You know, when this book is finally published, I will be able to show them a little bit about our culture, show them what it's like to be in Mexico. And although I didn't have a lot of experience of it myself, I have used pictures, my mother's stories, my father's stories to really bring Mexico to life in this children's book. So I'm excited to be able to share that with them soon. And other than that, everything else has been going pretty well. I have been just doing a lot of personal work, personal growth. And for a lot of people that have talked to me before about my different passions in life, one of the things that I've always had in the back of my mind has been the migrant farm workers of North Carolina. And the reason for that is because I understand that I was able to go through the immigration system and be one of those wonderful, happy stories, right? So it's been great. It's been a blessing for me. But I understand that it's not like that for everyone. And I know that other people have different experiences of coming to this country. So I've recently been volunteering with a different organization. And what I've been doing is I've actually been visiting some of these farm working camps. I've gone to about 6 of them. And things at these camps are not what we all think they may be. The treatment isn't what we assume it should be. The living standards are not even close to what we think they should be. So the state has a certain code that these farm working business owners have to follow. And when you look at this code, a lot of it is just seems really inhumane. It seems really inhumane to begin with. And one of the farms that I visited, actually my first time going on outreach was to a farm here in North Carolina, obviously. And it was all men. And they were supposed to get paid $400 for work that they had done in the past. But their, I guess, boss decided to have them sign a check stub. Okay, so they signed the check stub thinking that they were going to get their money, and turns out they only got $20. So not only is this inhumane, unjust, what have you, it's completely illegal. Being able to prove that is a whole different issue. That was one thing that was going on in that camp. Another thing that was going on in the camp was that they didn't really have food and water. They didn't have access to it like like you and I would. And the clothes washing station was, I guess, a bucket and some rocks. luckily there's a bus that comes around and does take them to get their clothes washed. But, you know, these men came here to work. These men came here to work legally. They have an H-2A visa, right? So that is a complete legal visa. But what that visa does is that they are allowed to work here, but they're only allowed to work here under that particular boss. So there were so many things that I noticed that were just, you know, not right with that at all. And then they started talking to me about tobacco season, when tobacco season comes, and the illnesses that they develop while they're working. I mean, there are just so many things. There's so many things that seemed, excuse me, wrong to me with that picture, because I'm home and I can go downstairs and get my grapes, get my papaya, pineapple, whatever. I get these things, I eat them, and sometimes I don't think twice about it. And you know, the farm workers that are bringing this food to our table, oftentimes we don't think about what it is they're going through, what their family's going through, the conditions that they have to live in this country. And it really, I guess, touched me profoundly when I went on my first meeting or my first outreach, and you know, as a volunteer. And the person that I went with, she calls me and she apologizes. She said, you know, I'm sorry that you had to see that on your first outreach visit. And I was like, I told her, I said, you know, I'm glad that it happened, because I need to be able to handle those kinds of situations. I need to be able to learn more about their situation and see how I can help personally. And I'm sharing this with you not because I want to tell you all this work that I'm doing, oh woohoo, it's so great, blah blah blah. No, I'm telling you this because I think it's great if others get involved. I think we need to think twice about how these people are being treated. I think that we need to think more deeply about certain things, about what we're eating, where we're getting our items from. And it's not easy. I mean, it's not easy at all, because in America, it's so easy to get your hands on anything that you want, and we just don't think twice about it. But it's those kinds of things that we need to think about more and more now. And the whole book thing, I am excited about it. I think it's a blessing that I'm able to do it. But more importantly, for me, it's just getting out there in the community, learning what's going on with my community specifically, because I've been very fortunate and my family has too. But I think because of that, we need to learn more about what's going on with other families, how we can help them, what we can do to create bridges with them. Because something that I learned while going on outreach, it's like, we have the general population, we have our Latino community, but within that Latino community, you have citizens, residents, undocumented individuals, and then you have your farm workers. You've got all these different areas within our Latino community. And the farm working one is one that we don't focus on quite enough. We focus on DACA a lot, and that is needed. It is very much needed. It is also needed that we talk about the farm workers, because those are our family members too. Those people come from the places we come from. I talked to a gentleman the other day who, he's a farm worker, and I think right now they were picking, what was it that they were picking? I can't remember. See, I need to learn these things. I need to learn more about this. I don't want to say the wrong thing of what they were picking, but they're picking something, okay? Anyways, and he was telling me that he was from Guanajuato, and that's very close to where I'm from. And I just was so amazed that we come from the same area and our lives are completely different. You know, I saw the struggle that those men were going through, and then I felt so terrible, because I'm like, you know, I get to go home. I get to go home to my warm bed, to my air conditioning. They didn't have air conditioning. they didn't have any food there because they had to try to walk to the Family Dollar and get something with the $20 that they were given instead of the 400 and some change that they were owed. They were in an area where there is no reception, and these particular men, they didn't have any phones on them. They didn't have anything. So they didn't have any communication with their families. And some of these men have children back home. I mean, young children, babies. They have their wives there. Everyone is depending on them to bring, to send them these funds. So there's just so much stuff going on. And I don't want to dwell on those issues and create a sense of negativity. That is not what I want. I want to create a sense of unity and positivity. And the way that we do that is by knowing about what is going on in our communities and making a positive impact, even if it's just volunteering a couple of hours a week, even if it's just finding out what camps are in your county, and go visit them. Say, welcome to America. Thank you for the work that you do. If you see that they may need food, they may need water, they may need those long white shirts so that they can work more comfortably in the sun, get a few packs. It's not a big deal. It's really not. And it's just those things that I think about a lot. But that's what I've been up to these few days, waiting on the illustrations to finish for my book, and spending my time learning more about my community, learning more about those people that provide us with the fruits and the vegetables that we so thankfully have here in our home. And I've also been doing some artwork. So I draw very cartoony, but it's cool. I've learned to accept my artistic ability, and I have so much fun with it. I'll show you this one that I did. This right here. It's so fun. I know it's very cartoony, but how fun is that? It's so cute. I just had so much fun making that. And really, I did it because I'm going to have my nieces over this weekend. So I have to just get them more involved artistically. So I've got plenty of canvases, and then I got these baggies here, and we're going to do like unicorns and all sorts of fun stuff on them, and then they can take them home, and inside they're going to have goodies that I'm going to give out to them, of course. And then I got a bunch of this paper here. So all of this thin paper, we're going to use it to make like ginormous flowers, kind of like some of these pom-poms you can see. I've got these pom-poms, and I love the pom-poms, but we're also going to be making huge flowers. So I'm really excited about that because they get to help me with that and take it home. And yeah, so that's what we're going to be up to. But anyways, I hope you're doing amazing. Connect with me. Let me know what you're up to. Some of you have messaged me on Facebook, just a personal message, and you just want to know more about the book. And then some of you wanted to know something about what I put in my hair. Just mousse. Nothing real fancy. But anyways, hope to connect with you again soon. I will talk to you later. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye.